How about a hand for Troy Wolf on trumpet? And Andrew Day on trombone. We always like to start off concerts with something that catches your attention. So for the Wednesday night, we wanted to start with something funky. For the Tuesday, Thursday, something really up-tempo and in your face. So that's a tune written entitled Double Helix. Really, really fun tune that we've had a chance to work on this semester. It featured the saxophone section in a really nice, difficult solo. So how about a hand for the saxophone section? So one of the interesting things about getting to pick different music to play is that it turns you on to different groups that are out there in big bands that are making music. And recently, one of the bands that I've really been enjoying listening to a lot is out of Los Angeles, led by saxophonist Bob Mitzer, who's an incredible soloist, but also an incredible arranger as well. And when we started rehearsals earlier in this semester, the band kept saying, give us something harder, give us something harder, give us something harder. And as a conductor, I take that very personally. And so I went digging through the music and said, all right, this is probably the most difficult chart that I can find. And the reason being that there's so many odd meters and odd rhythms and things happening, but it sounds very natural in the way that it comes together. This piece is entitled Ellis Island. It's kind of a combination of Latin and funk and neo, post, bebop, whatever you might want to call that. But it's an interesting take on his visit. He's a Los Angeles-based saxophonist, but he spends a lot of time in New York. His visit to read about and learn about his ancestors coming through Ellis Island. So we'd like to play for you this piece, and we hope you enjoy Ellis Island. Ellis Island that featured Brian on piano. And also Robert on guitar. Next, we'd like to play a samba for you that was written by Shelton Berg, Shelley Berg, who is currently a composer, teaches composing at University of Miami. He's been very prolific. He's done a lot of different jazz writing and scoring for TV and film. I believe he also did the Olympic theme, one of the Olympic themes in the 1980s. And so we'd like to feature this song called Forward M.O. And on this, you'll get to hear Shane Gustafaro on alto saxophone. Piano by Shelley Bird. You also heard from Brian, again, on piano that I forgot to mention before he plays. How about a hand for Brian? We'd like to slow things down a little bit and go kind of back into the repertoire for one of these historical pieces. At this time of year, it's always fun to kind of pick some different things that are themed for the season, and although we had snow the other day, we do have quite beautiful falls in western New York with the leaves changing and the seasons that are here. And there's a piece written for the Stan Kenton Orchestra called Two Shades of Autumn that was premiered in October of 1957. And so we really kind of fell in love with the piece and the sounds of it and wanted to play that. So in this, you'll hear the different two shades of autumn portrayed as the alto saxophone and the tenor saxophone, kind of two different shades of saxophone or two different shades of instruments. So they portray kind of that feeling of different colors and different things that are happening during this time of year. So please enjoy Stan Kenton's Two Shades of Autumn. On this, you're going to hear Trey Pachuki on tenor saxophone and Shane Gustafaro on alto. So we want to thank you so much for coming out tonight to check out, as I mentioned, day 2 of our 2-day RIT Fall Jazz Extravaganza. We're very fortunate to have such a healthy and thriving program here with over 130 students, and to actually get to have 6 different bands. There aren't actually many universities around the country that are that fortunate, and don't they all sound really good? I'd like to extend a big thank you to the other 2 faculty members that I get to share the stage with and work with these jazz ensemble students. My name is Carl Stabnow. I do the jazz coordinating and conduct several of the bands, but I do want to recognize Dave Chisholm, Dr. Chisholm, who you heard earlier this evening with the Tuesday band, as well as our department chair, Dr. John Kruger, who directed 2 of the bands last night. So please give them a round of applause. Without them, this program doesn't happen. So we have one more tune selected for you tonight. As I was mentioning earlier, we do like to kind of go back through the repertoire and find some songs that can be reimagined and kind of reconceived. And another one of the great big band influences is Duke Ellington. And his orchestra is known for a lot of songs. One of the famous ones that was written by Juan Tizol, his trombone player, was Caravan. And that's kind of made it into the lexicon of traditional and well-known jazz repertoire. So as we were looking for different spins on songs, we found an arrangement of Caravan done by Alan Baylock, who was North Texas State University trained. They have a wonderful jazz program there, and went on for many years to work with the U.S. Army Field Band Airmen of Note, which is the Air Force's premier jazz ensemble and one of the premier jazz ensembles in the country. And he's known for his difficult and also interesting arrangements. And so when we saw this, we said we have to play Caravan. So we're going to leave you on a high note tonight. Thank you all for coming. This is Caravan, arranged by Alan Baylock. And on it, you're going to hear a couple of different soloists that you have heard at different points in the evening. This will feature Jack Hoffman on lead trumpet, who you have not heard yet. It'll feature Andrew Day on trombone, Trey Pachuki on tenor, and then also Eric Olafson on baritone saxophone. So please enjoy Caravan. They're telling me I missed an alto, also Shane Gustafaro on alto saxophone. They won't let me live it down. again for Tuesday and Thursday, RIT Jazz Ensemble. Again, thank you all so much for coming tonight. We love to play for live audiences and so glad that we can do this again with the long year that we've had with COVID. Please check out the next upcoming concerts that we have next semester and things on the schedule. We'd love to see you back. Please drive safe. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.